Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something you probably use constantly. Like right now maybe, Wi-Fi. We all know the name, but what is it actually doing? How does it work? Its magic. Ever have your connection just, you know, drop or get super slow? Understanding Wi-Fi helps make sense of that. Now, I know people often say Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity, but that was actually more of a marketing thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. A branding agency came up with it, but the name kind of stuck, and it does capture the idea. Its real job is simple: letting devices connect to a network, like the internet, or even just to each other, wirelessly.
Using radio waves.
Exactly. It's all about radio waves, specifically certain frequencies.
Okay.
Primarily, we're talking the 2.4 gigahertz and the 5 gigahertz bands.
Right, those numbers you sometimes see on your network settings.
Yeah. Think of 2.4 gigahertz as, well, it goes further, penetrates walls a bit better. But it can get pretty congested. Lots of devices use it.
Some more interference, maybe.
Definitely more interference potential. Then you've got 5 kilohertz. It's faster, like a clearer highway. Less interference generally.
But there's
Uh,
always a but.
Yeah, right. It doesn't travel quite as far. The range is shorter, so it's a trade-off.
Mhm.
Speed versus reach.
Gotcha. And the thing coordinating all this traffic is the router.
Precisely. Your router is, it's central. It connects to your modem. That's your gateway to the internet. Then the router takes that digital data, converts it into these radio signals,
And just broadcasts it out.
broadcasts it out, yeah,
Yeah.
into your home, your office, wherever it is.
So it's sending the signals. How do our devices, like phones or laptops, catch them?
Well, they all have tiny antennas built in. They're listening for those specific Wi-Fi signals. When they pick one up, they decode it back into data. You can use a website, a video, whatever.
And they talk back too, right? It's not just one way.
Oh, absolutely. It's a two-way conversation. You upload a photo, click a link, play a game.
Yeah.
Your device sends data back to the router using the same radio wave method.
Okay, so router broadcasts, devices listen and talk back. But how does it all stay orderly? It sounds like potential chaos.
They could be, but there are rules, standards, really.
Like the IEE 802.1 thing?
Exactly that. IEE 802.11. That's the technical standard, the common language all Wi-Fi devices agree to speak. It ensures a phone from one company can talk to a router from another company. Without that standard, Wi-Fi wouldn't work like it does.
And part of that standard involves managing interference.
Yes. Within those 2.4 and 5 gigahertz bands, there are smaller lanes called channels. Your router is usually smart enough to scan and pick a channel that's less crowded to try and give you a clearer signal.
Power. Okay, what about keeping things private? We're sending data through the air.
Super important point. Security. You absolutely need it. That's where encryption protocols come in. You've probably heard of WEP, WPA, WPA2.
Yeah, the older ones weren't great, right?
WP was very weak. WPA2 was better. But now, WP3 is the standard you want. It encrypts your data much more strongly. Think of it like scrambling the information so only your devices and the router can understand it. Keeps eavesdroppers out.
Makes sense. So standards for talking, channels to avoid crowding, encryption for security. What about just like picking the right network?
Right. That name you see in your list of available networks,
Yeah.
that's the SSID, Service Set Identifier. It's just the public name of the network.
And the password is how you prove you're allowed on that network.
Exactly. You authenticate with the password, and the router lets you join the conversation.
So when you piece it all together.
It's basically an invisible system, a wireless bridge, really,
Yeah.
connecting your devices to the internet and each other. Managed by the router, following those 802.11 rules, using specific radio channels, and keeping things secure with stuff like WPA3.
It really is amazing, this whole invisible network humming around us, making so much of modern life possible. Streaming, working, connecting.
It's become fundamental. So maybe next time you connect, like instantly, without a second thought, just pause for a moment. Consider that incredibly complex dance of radio waves, protocols, and security that's happening just to load that web page or send that message. And maybe ask yourself, what other invisible technologies are shaping your world every single day?
Something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Wi-Fi.